And a good afternoon to you from Brookland Casey High School, just near downtown Columbia. 90 degrees and sunny, and for the first time in 2 years, it's time for Minutemen football. As Palmetto Prep opens the 2021 season with a conference showdown, the Phenix City Buccaneers are in town after winning their season opener. Hi, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. First time in 4 years I've had the pleasure of working with my friends at Palmetto Prep. Good to be back in the Carolinas, folks. Palmetto Prep, as I mentioned, this is their first game. As some of you know, the what was planned for the first game last Sunday against Augusta United, that was shut down due to COVID. Fortunately, didn't impact any health or anything like that. Everybody's doing fine, which is first and foremost what's important. And secondly, it didn't really shut down the program for too long. So, Palmetto Prep, as you see their special teams unit head out, it'll be Phenix City who will receive here first in this very first Post-Grad Football League conference game for Palmetto Prep and Phenix City. Phenix City, I mentioned they're 1-0. They won 47-0 against Chilton County. That was last week in Columbus, Georgia, I believe. No, they were somewhere in Georgia. I don't know about Columbus. So it will be the Buccaneers to receive, as I mentioned, and back to receive is Jameel Bowden, and kicking it away for Palmetto Prep. Trying to find his number. Who's going to kick it? I think Ethan Greenberg is the kicker today. Yes, it is. So Ethan Greenberg, who played at Pace Academy, will kick off the first season in 2 years for the Minutemen after last season shut down by COVID. We are back to football as the kick is high, and a nice grab there by Bowden, who takes it past the 15, cuts left past the 20, escapes a couple more tackles, and he'll be out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So good start, good return for Phenix City. Let's set their offense at left tackle. It's John Lay. Left guard, Saul Quintrio. Righteous Evans is the center. Romansky Lewis, the right guard. Boaz St. Ville is the right tackle. At quarterback, German Gatoy. The receivers, Maurice Hitchcock and Jameel Bowden. Also Jordan Wojciechowski. Running back is Adriel Johnson. Set the defense for Palmetto Prep here in just a few minutes. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line for the boys in blue, Phenix City Buccaneers. Bowden, going in motion. Now comes back to the near side. So we're set for the first play from scrimmage here. Toy looking to throw, and that pass is complete over on the far side. Call the gain of 5. That'll be 2nd down and 5 now for the Buccaneers. 2nd down and 5 for Phoenix City from the 36-yard line. Up to the 36, just underway. Second game of the year for Phenix City and the first for Palmetto Prep. Hitchcock comes to the near side, so 2 receivers on the near, 1 on the far for German, who's going to keep this one and gain a couple to make it 3rd down and a couple as well, so 2-yard gain. Stop on the play for Palmetto Prep. Grayson Cadd. First team All-State at Charlotte Christian, Grayson Cadd. 6'3", 236. Had 193 tackles in his varsity career. He's got his first for Palmetto Prep. Minutemen now looking for a stop. Call it 3rd down and 3. Gatoy facing a lot of pressure, and he is going down. Getting there first was Cameron Brigham. So a nice job in penetration by the Palmetto Prep defense. We didn't have a chance to tell you about the starters, but we'll fill you in on that as Palmetto Prep makes it too quick for us. A 3 and out. So punting it away for Phenix City will be Slayton Graham. And it'll be Nickel Fields who will return it for the Minutemen. Boy, 90 degrees. It's hotter on the field. I was just down there about 10 minutes before kickoff, and it is steamy. So getting those 3 and outs defensively, not a bad idea as Graham got popped. Tackle on the play, Max Dowling. So Palmetto Prep will take over at their own 42-yard line. Let's set the offense for Palmetto Prep. Left tackle, Lucian Campos. At guard, it's Cooper Dunnigan. The center, Nate Holder. Right guard, Coy Frazier. And the right tackle, Dylan Porter. At quarterback, Nabanye Moore. So I think it was Duhart who might have coughed the ball up, they say. Got it back. Either way, no gain, and we already have a player down here, and that's Cooper Dunnigan, who is down on the play. So the clock will stop, and we have our first injury timeout. We will step aside, folks. Come back here in just a moment. Okay, so Dunnigan being helped off, but the good news is he got up on his own power, more or less, there, so that's a good sign. Dunnigan's backup is Andrew King, who I believe will come in. Saw a 73 come in. Well, that's Campos. He starts over on the left tackle side. So 2nd down and 10, back to live action with Moore under center and the offset eye. Handoff again goes to Duhart, and Duhart is wrapped up after a gain of 2. Good penetration for the Buccaneers. Jerome Bradley and others were there for Phenix City. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 now for the Minutemen. Ball at the 45-yard line. Nabanye Moore, the quarterback. 4,200 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, just 16 INTs, 63% pass completions at South Point High School in Statesville, North Carolina. He's going to be throwing here with 3 receivers over to the far side of your screen. He's looking that way, lofts it up, and some holding, but ball uncatchable as Tito Linson tied up with the wide receiver there. But it's over everybody's head, and both teams have a 3 and out to start things off. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. This is our first broadcast, folks. It's the first one that I've done in a couple of years. And we've got some equipment. We've got some internet challenges. If the broadcast, for whatever reason, would go down as we kind of navigate through this, just stick around. We'll get it back as quick as possible. Back to receive is Quarain Israel Fisher. He's going to let it bounce, and a great punt for the Minutemen. And Ethan Greenberg has his first punt inside the 20. In fact, it's inside the 10. So that's where Phenix City will take over at about the 7-yard line, excuse me. So really good kick there, Ethan Greenberg. He had 2 inside the 20 at Pace Academy. Ethan Greenberg from Atlanta, Georgia, the good special teams play. Now, you play the special teams game on a hot day like this, it's going to work to your advantage. You've got less field to work with, but need another 3 and out here for the Minutemen defense, who we didn't tell you about, and we will after this play. Jeremy Gatoy again, the quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to keep it rolling to his left, and good penetration and a good eye on that tackle. It's Andrew King, I believe, in on that play. The ends for Palmetto Prep today, Cam Brigham and Tyree Morris. The tackles, J.J. Fuqua and Brandon Smiley. Linebackers, Tavin Ward, Darius Keck, Tyler Stanford, who made the tackle, and Chandler Johnson. The corners, Chase Davis and Freddie Towns, Free safety, Andre Hamilton, and the strong safety, Jeffrey McKelton. That's the starters for everybody, folks, but we're going to go deep into the bench. This is Johnson with the carry and dragging a couple of bodies. So Johnson makes it a 3rd down and manageable now for the Buccaneers. Looking for their first down. It'll be 3rd and short, as a matter of fact, after that 9-yard pickup. 9:07 left to go here in quarter number 1. Palmetto Prep looking for its second 3 and out. Phenix City with a manageable 3rd and 1 here. Almost got the Minutemen to jump there. Gatoy, the play clocks are off. He's going to keep it, takes it to the outside, and I don't know if he got there. Going to depend on the spot. Now they're going to mark him back a yard, so it'll be 4th down and 2, and Palmetto Prep with its second consecutive 3 and out defensively, and like I said, on a hot day like this, that is ideal. Back to receive for the Minutemen is Nickel Fields. Again, he got popped on the first punt. So the offense is staying out there. You'll see this a lot in post-grad football, folks, if you're new to this. Make it look like they're going to go for it, but a lot of these guys have had practice kicking, especially the quarterbacks. So we might see a drop back, and in fact, we're going to see a timeout. So timeout on the field, 7:51 left to go here in quarter number 1. It'll be Phenix City likely to kick when we come back. Fourth down and a longish 2. Looks like Slayton Graham's out there to kick it away now, so Palmetto Prep doesn't have anybody back to receive out of the timeout. Nickel Fields is out. Dropping back is Andre Hamilton, one of the DBs. They're going to rush and try to get a block. And that's going to take a Phenix City bounce, go inside the 40, inside the 35, and die near the 30. Well, we have seen some really nice special teams so far from both of these teams, nearing the midway point of quarter number 1, and both teams looking for their first down here. So the Minutemen will have the football again, and Nabanye Moore will try to guide his team down the field. Palmetto Prep, first of 3 straight at home. Merchant Development Academy next Sunday, and on the 12th of September, West Georgia, another conference opponent. So out of conference next Sunday, back in conference for 4 straight, and the first 3 games, including this one, are at home. Possible false start. Yep, quick quickly called by the officials, so it'll be 1st and 15 now. Back at the 25-yard line for the Minutemen. Expect, folks, some penalties. If you watched any of the college football yesterday, you saw quite a bit of penalties and things like that. We do have instant replay, which I'm kind of navigating as I broadcast and produce this at the same time, and some other cool features, but remember, a lot of these guys, as we see a nice run, Duhart breaking a tackle, sprinting forward past the 40. So Duhart with a gain of 18 yards out to the 43-yard line. And the first get down of the game belongs to Palmetto Prep. As I was saying, though, a lot of these guys didn't get full seasons last year, if they got a season at all. There were some commits who are on the roster for Palmetto Prep who committed last year, and of course last year's season didn't happen at all. So some flags, some penalties, some herky-jerky probably in these first couple of games. First pass and completion, Nabanye Moore completes it to Eric Harris. Nice catch over the middle. Another first down, brings it inside Buccaneers territory at the 43-yard line. Eric Harris, 4 years varsity in Hepzibah, folks, in Georgia. Did I do it right or did I do it wrong? Hepzibah, Georgia. 1,224 yards. He had 635 of those his senior year, picking up his first catch here for Palmetto Prep. Duhart again up the middle, sprinting away. He's got another 9-10 yard gain. He's close to that first down marker. Might have had it. We'll see where they spot it. But the offense is starting to cook once again for Palmetto Prep as we approach 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Marquise Parker. We'll call his name a lot for the Buccaneers. He's always around the football, making the play. He's played some semi-pro football. Some of these Phenix City Buccaneers have played in the APDFL. Sound it out. Pump fake by Moore. Moore rolls to the near side. Looking on the sideline, and the pass is a little bit too strong for the intended receiver, Gibson. Flag in the backfield. That's usually not good if you're a Palmetto Prep fan. We'll see. Sean Campos is possibly the guilty party as he's upset but consoled by his teammates. There are some tough offensive linemen for both of these teams. We should see the running game once both teams start to settle in, get going. We're starting to see some more holes for Palmetto Prep here. Phenix City has Boaz St. Ville. I believe they said he was 374 from St. Thomas Aquinas, the big time in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So, looks like it's going to be second down. We'll call it 11. 44-yard line of the Buccaneers. Can't lose the momentum now if you're Palmetto Prep. 3 bunched up receivers on the far side. Again, Moore looking that way, and it's complete again. This time Gibson has it dragging bodies. Whistle was blown. And a good chunk of yardage picked up there to make it third down and short. Foster on the tackle. Denez Foster played JUCO football at Fond du Lac. I started talking a little bit about the running game, though. There are 3-star recruits for Palmetto Prep. Phenix City has some explosive play in their backfield as well, and a lot of it has to do with that extra year of eligibility. Look out, Moore's running for his life, able to escape, flips it over to the near side, and Gibson can't handle it. He was wide open, too. That would have been a first down. I'm expecting Palmetto Prep to go for it here. Yeah, Greenberg is still on the sideline. They're going to bring in Max Dowling, a tight end, and take out Eric Harris, a receiver. So maybe a run play here. 4:26 left to go in the opening quarter. Palmetto Prep trying to keep the drive alive. Brookland Casey High School, a beautiful facility, by the way. Right down the road, technically in Casey, South Carolina, over the bridge from downtown Columbia. Here we go, 4th down. Moore, shotgun, looks to throw on the play action. Looking over the middle for Dowling, and it's broken up. Reggie Jackson, Tavon Miller were both around the football there. So the Buccaneers get a stop, and they have good field position as well with 4:16 left to go here in the opening quarter. Some drops today for Palmetto Prep.
All right, Minutemen fans, let's make some noise for your defense.
Phenix City. Jeremy Gatoy back out there at quarterback. Adriel Johnson is the running back. 3 receivers on the near side. Hitchcock is right by us on our side of the field. Here on this first down, Trey Miles also coming in at receiver for the Buccaneers. Jermaine throws that one out of bounds. Gatoy. Trey Miles is an interesting player. One of the websites, and take some of what I tell you folks with a grain of salt here because things change. One of the websites had Trey Miles committed to Alabama Birmingham. He is a really versatile player. He's lined up at receiver. He can play some quarterback. In fact, I believe he did play quarterback and also has rushing ability. So he's a triple threat player. Pass is caught over the middle. Jameel Bowden with the catch in the first down of the game for Phenix City. Takes it right to midfield. So 3:52 and counting. Buccaneers looking to go quickly here. 3 receivers now on the short far side for Gatoy. Toy looks near side and miscommunication there with Hitchcock, who was running forward, and it looks like Gatoy thought it was going to be a comebacker. 2nd and 10 from midfield after that incompletion.
2nd and 10 for Phoenix City.
Hitchcock again, the lone receiver on the near side. But keep your eye on that far side, I'm telling you. They got something in store for Trey Miles. A lot of throws so far for Phenix City. That one's complete. Bowden with the catch. So Bowden makes the play. Donquay Wilson, the outside linebacker from Flint Hill. He's a guy who can do a little bit of everything, too. He played tight end, wide receiver, linebacker. He also kicked at Flint Hill. Donquay averaged 54.5 yards per. I don't know how many attempts he got at kicking the football, but 6'1" linebacker who can kick is not bad to have. So a flag down before 3rd and 5 here. And it looks like it's going against Palmetto Prep. So encroachment will give the Buccaneers a first down. Clock continues to tick away. 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. No score in the ball game yet. Phenix City and Palmetto Prep settling in. You can see the offenses starting to come together. A little miscommunication, some drops here in the early going, but starting to flow a little bit offensively for both of these teams. Here is Bowden with another catch. Got tripped, and he stopped around the 30-yard line. Amir Muhammad into the game from, shout out to Buffalo, New York. One of my favorite places. So 2nd and 1 after the gain of 9, going quickly again, and they are feeding Bowden, who escapes a tackle, takes it inside the 20, but we got another flag down. So let's hang on here. See if while they make the call, I can cue up the replay. Replay's a work in progress, folks. You are not watching ESPN. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I thought I was ready for instant replay. It's still a work in progress. We'll get the big plays, I promise. So it was a hold. And I'm guessing it was downfield because of where the flag was thrown. So we're going to have to see here where the spot was. It was further back than I thought, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 now for Phenix City.
No score with just over 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
What are the odds, the Vegas odds on going to Bowdoin here? 5-1? Nope, they're going to Johnson, the running back, and Palmetto Prep was ready for it, wrapped up in the backfield. Chase Davis. He went to Paul Bryant High School. Can you believe that is... You want to guess what state that was in? Paul Bryant High School? We got a lot of in Ohio. We got a lot of Paul Brown High Schools. There's like 4 of them, I think. Paul Bryant High School, Cottondale, Alabama, making a great defensive play. 3rd down and 15 now for the Buccaneers. Gatoy's going to be sacked again. Big number 57 getting there first. Cad is going to be credited. So a great recovery on that drive. The penalty, of course, helped, but Palmetto Prep's defense really stepping up here. Back to receive Nickel Fields now for the Minutemen as we wind down this opening quarter. And, of course, kicking it for the Buccaneers, Slayton Graham. 47 on the board in their first game, but Buccaneers held scoreless. And will we get the playoff here with 3 seconds? I don't think so. Yep, Slayton calls for it. As the clock hits 0, this will end quarter number 1. And Slayton Graham with a beautiful special teams play as that one goes out inside the 15. Palmetto Prep backed up. We'll start quarter number 2 here in just a little bit. You're watching Palmetto Prep Minutemen football here on YouTube. We'll be back with quarter number 2 in just a moment. Well, folks, if this is what we have in store for conference play this year, it's going to be a good competitive season. No score yet. Both of these teams, Phenix City Prep and Palmetto Prep, taking the field on a very hot 90-plus degree day. You can see the haze a little bit. It's not that hazy. It's been hazier over the last week or so in South Carolina. But it's triple digits, no doubt, on the field itself. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. This is the first in-person broadcast that I've done in a couple of years. Not totally because of COVID. I started doing remote broadcasting, and I love doing it because you can call a game from your house in your jammies, and when it's done, you're done. You know, you just go have some lunch or whatever. But, man, being at the game today, it's nice to be back. Nabanye Moore at quarterback, 1st and 10 for Palmetto Prep at the 13-yard line. It's going to be a run play, and not much up the middle there for the Minutemen. Nickel Fields on the run, picking up a couple. And another play by Quania Gamble from St. Luke's. Shout out to Mobile. Y'all, I know you're not getting the brunt end of it, but hopefully y'all are able to watch and be safe down there. Thinking about you. I lived in Pensacola the last 2 years, and man, last year was just demoralizing with storms. Uh-oh. We're going to have our first points of the game. Oh, man, what a play. I thought Moore was going to have to get rid of it. He picks it up. It's complete to Gibson, and Gibson's taking it the distance. Palmetto Prep scores a touchdown after it looked like they were giving up a safety. Wow. Nabanye Moore with the presence of mind to come up with that play, and the patience and the cool. Wow, what a play. Oh, did they throw a flag? They picked a flag up. Come on. You got to let them have that one.
Rid of it, he picks it up. It's complete to Gibson, and Gibson's taking it the distance. Palmetto Prep scores a touchdown after it looked
board yet, but yeah, they called. Oh, it's a block in the back. Okay. Well, that's usually a little more obvious. If it's a hold, I'm gonna raise a little bit of a fuss. Block in the back, you can't really be messing with that. So, still, A for effort, Nabanye Moore. I really thought, and the reason why I said we're going to see our first points, is Moore was just going to kick it out of the end zone for a safety and be done with it. That was cool. That's a cool cat at quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. Nabanye Moore. South Point knows what's up. So, not a touchdown, but hell of a play. First and, we got another play. The ball's batted, and this time it's going to be picked up by Bradley, and Bradley's taking it to the house. Touchdown, Phenix City. So they got away with it once, not a second time. Jerome Bradley makes it 6-zip. And again, that's part of what I was talking about. Some of these guys, well, everybody in post-grad football, you're playing together for the first time. And right now, especially on those last two plays for Palmetto Prep, the center and the quarterback need to be on the sidelines right now, having a conversation with one another, working together on transferring the football. Because those last two plays were a little ugly. Slayton Graham going to kick the extra point now for Phenix City, try to make it 7-zip, and in a tight game like this, turnovers, huge. The holder is Ryan Mahalik, I believe. Yeah, it looks like penalty is going to be called here on Phenix City. Slayton Graham, by the way, he was on Brevard's roster, a Division III school up in the mountains near Asheville back in 2018. He went to Northside High School in Georgia. Slayton Graham going to have to work a little extra harder, backed up 5 yards on this extra point try now for the Buccaneers. And it's a fake. Taking it is number 8, that's Wojciechowski, trying to get in for the 2-point try. And he stopped short. Alert special teams play for Palmetto Prep, but a couple turnovers for the Minutemen cost them 6. And Phenix City leads it with 13:40 to go here in the half, 6-0. We'll be back here in just a moment. Six nothing in favor of the Bucks. Off of a fumble recovery. And run back now on the kick here for Palmetto Prep is Eric Harris. Eric Harris gets around a couple defenders and a big burst of speed. Takes him out to the 50-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from midfield for Palmetto Prep. They need an answer here.
Off of a fumble recovery. And run back now on the kick here for Palmetto Prep is Eric Harris. Eric Harris gets around a couple defenders and a big burst of speed.
Phenix City, so nice effort. And do we have a change at quarterback here? Hayden Vasquez is in at quarterback now for the Minutemen. His first pass is a comebacker that's caught over on the far side by Jaden Scott. So, minimal gain, call it 2. So some second unit players are in right now for Palmetto Prep. Dylan Porter remains at right tackle, trying to get the offensive line guys. I don't shout them out enough. Frazier's still out there at right guard. Vasquez, 2nd and 8. He has trouble with the snap. He loses the football. It's still batting around. Nobody's picked it up yet, and I believe the Buccaneers have fallen on it again. And they have. So another turnover here. Matthew Boyd, another defensive play. So 2nd straight turnover now for Palmetto Prep. As the 2nd unit comes in, and it's the same as the 1st. You never want to make too much out of the first game of the year, but when it's the first game of the year and it's a conference game and you're playing a conference contender, it's tough. And the defense needs to step up now for the Minutemen. Gatoy throwing complete on the far side of your screen. I believe that's Hitchcock over there. He's wrapped up by Maurice Hitchcock and others. So they're going to mark it at the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 and a 2nd and 5 now, nearing the 12-minute mark in the half. So Phenix City, chance to put some distance behind them. In is Bryson Likely, one of the receivers on the near side. They go back to Bowden, and he's going to pick up a first down right at the marker. In fact, just a little past it. They'll mark him out at about the 22-yard line. Jameel Bowden has been putting in the work today. That is probably his 4th or 5th catch already here this afternoon. Johnson, the running back. Another pass, another catch to Bowden. And he's going to be stood up this time. Tristan Bradley from Virginia. Some of the second unit defensively for Palmetto Prep in here on this sequence as well. It's post-grad football, folks. Everybody's going to get some time, of course, to get seen. A lot of the folks who are watching here today, and we appreciate you, our college coaches. College football coaches, can you do me a favor? You're always telling women to smile more. Can you guys smile a little more? Some of the highest paid employees in the state always frowning. You don't need to be exactly like Bill Belichick. D2, D3 coaches can frown all they want. They're in the latrines afterwards, cleaning with the Ajax. You keep on frowning. They're going for the end zone. That's too far, intended for Johnson. So that'll bring up a 3rd down, and some talking has led to a flag, most likely. We'll see who it's going to be on. Just watching the college football games, every coach looking more miserable than the last one, just frowning all the time. D1 coaches, come on. So some discussion on the field led to the flag. And who's it going to be on is what's being discussed currently. So they're going to call it, it looks like offsetting, which is typical when there's some trash talking out there.
That brings up a 3rd down.
So 3rd down and 5 for Phenix City inside Palmetto Prep territory. Remember, they've got Slayton Graham, so normally in post-grad football, you're thinking 4-down territory at this point. I'm not sure. But Slayton Graham, if he has that ability, they might be thinking 3 here. Of course, you want the first down. Gatoy trying to make that happen, floats it out to the far side and intended for Hitchcock, but that one off the mark. Chase Davis back in coverage again. So 4th down, we'll see what they do here. Yeah, it looks like Graham's going to come out here and try a field goal that would be about, 36 yards? 36, 37-yard field goal attempt here for Slayton Graham to try to make it 9-0. 9:46 left to go here in this 2nd quarter. Again, Mahalik is the holder, and that kick is blocked. Palmetto Prep will try to get on it. Graham got popped trying to go after the football, but Palmetto Prep gets a special team stop. Special teams have kept Palmetto Prep in this ball game so far, just 6-0. And the Minutemen will go on the attack here in just a moment. We'll come back here in just a little bit with more Minutemen football. There's the schedule I was talking about a little bit earlier. All Sunday games this year. As the Minutemen take the field, Vasquez remains at quarterback, and before the snap, a flag. 9:23 left to go until halftime. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Be with you all season long, including the playoffs, which will happen here on the 1st of November, whatever that first Sunday is in November. So we're taking you all the way through. We've got 3 straight, today, the 5th and the 12th, and then Palmetto Prep on the road for 2. We'll be back in October. Phenix City comes back here on October 3rd. All the games at 2 p.m., by the way. And all will be here on YouTube, either on mine or Palmetto Prep's. We're still working on that. Most likely on my YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe to it, you can feel free. You can also search, if you don't subscribe, you can search for Palmetto Prep Football and search their opponent's name as well, and it'll pop right up on your YouTube search results. So Vasquez remains. Nickel Fields gets it in the backfield, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield at the 30-yard line. Stop on the play, John Lay, and some others for the Buccaneers. Gamble was also in there, the St. Luke's player. So Vasquez, 3 receivers on the near side, 8.5 to go here in the first half. Palmetto Prep trying to get on the board. Vasquez, receiver, was held. Sharon Phillips was held by Jordan Johnson. And that will go against the Buccaneers. Hayden Vasquez, 32.75. His passing yards at Sumter High School, 61% completion rate, 24 touchdowns. 4-year varsity player. His junior and senior year, he was a starter at Sumter, which is not too far from where we are here in South Carolina, for those of you who are unfamiliar. A lot of players from out of state for Palmetto Prep. I shouted out Buffalo, some folks in Virginia who are watching. A lot of players always from Florida for both of these teams. But Palmetto Prep does really get a lot of local. There is a lot of really good high school football talent in South Carolina, all over the state. It is really spread out. It's not just confined to one particular area like in some of the bigger states. Ohio and Florida, primarily the big markets, the big cities, is where you see most of the talent. But Vasquez from Sumter stays in the pocket, looking deep. He's got a man, and it's caught. It's caught by Harris, and Harris coughs it up, but was he down? Eric Harris, they say, coughs it up, and guess who? The Buccaneers take it away. They're going to be backed up to their 11. I was wondering if they might have blown the whistle dead. They did not, and another turnover for Palmetto Prep. 3 drives and 3 turnovers, and that is going to spell disaster just about every time. Apologies, Buccaneers fans, from that angle. I couldn't see who took it away, but it was a team effort. There were 3 guys around the football there on Eric Harris, who made a great grab, but got to hang on to the football. Turnovers are killing Palmetto Prep here in this opening half. They're fortunate it's only 6-0, and they're fortunate that turnover leaves the Buccaneers backed up. On the plus side for the Buccaneers, you can start looking at either taking some shots or a nice long drive to end the half, get another score. They're going to hand it off to Johnson, who takes it straight ahead past the 15-yard line. Stopped on the play for Palmetto Prep by Saim Safdar. He's from New Jersey, also played basketball at Ridgefield Park. Good linebacker for his high school as well. Yeah, even the Northeast is well represented on the Minutemen's roster this year. 7 minutes to go. It's 2nd down and 5. Gatoy looking deep for Hitchcock, and that is batted away. Beautiful defensive play. Logan Crossfield making the stop there for Palmetto Prep. And that will bring up a 3rd down. So Logan Crossfield, outstanding defense.
Looking deep for Hitchcock, and that is
Making that stop, Logan Crossfield. 6:46 left to go, 3rd down and 5. Passes complete over the middle. So Gatoy, Parker makes the play, and I believe they're going to have a 1st down past the 20 out to the 21-yard line. He did. So this is what you want if you're Phenix City right now. Clock is moving, 6:17, plenty of time to go down the length of the field. Try to put some more points on the board off of 3 Palmetto Prep turnovers. German Gatoy remains at quarterback. Look out. Almost a jump there by Cad. Handoff and another play in the backfield. Stop on the play by Tyree Morris, one of the captains for Palmetto Prep from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. He also played basketball. Senior year playing football at Mechanicsburg, 62 tackles, 10 tackles for loss. He was all-state first-team player, and you see why right there, making a great defensive play. Loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 at their 18-yard line. Phenix City with 3 receivers on the near side. Hitchcock is usually the lone guy on that far side. They go over the middle. Pass is caught again. Gain of 4. It was Parker again on the catch, by the way. He was another guy who played in the APDFL for the East Alabama Predators. The APDFL is the American Professional Development Football League. It is a semi-pro football, and those of you who are post-grad football players who might be watching, if you think post-grad life is tough, semi-pro football will make your hair stand up. It is a really rough road in a lot of cases. 3rd down and 9. Good pressure again for the Minutemen. Pass is complete, though. Nice job by Gatoy. Got it out to Johnson. It's going to be short, though. And every time on 3rd down, those blitzes are working really well for Palmetto Prep here. Let's see if we could take another look at that 3rd down play as Slayton Graham gets ready to kick it away here for the Buccaneers. So Palmetto Prep so far is escaping these turnover problems.
a lot of cases. 3rd down and 9. Good pressure again for the Minutemen. Pass is complete, though. Nice job by Gatoy. Got it out to Johnson. It's going to be short.
But you're facing that kind of penetration. Makes it very difficult. Andrew King, by the way, one of the first guys in there to disrupt that play for the Minutemen. Nickel Fields has been doing most of the returning, and I believe he's still back there as Graham gets a high arcing kick away, and Nickel Fields. Did he call for the fair catch? Trayvon Miller hit him. I didn't see the fair catch, so it's possible Miller didn't see it, but he did make the fair catch signal. So that's going to be 15 more yards for Palmetto Prep. 3:12 left to go here in this first half. And how about this? We talked about maybe Phenix City can get a long, sustained drive going here and wrap up the first half by getting some more points. Instead, you're looking at a pretty short field and 3:12, plenty of time for Palmetto Prep to maybe even take the lead. Touchdown and an extra point would do just that. If you're just joining us in the second quarter early on, the first of 3 straight turnovers for Palmetto Prep, it was a Bucks fumble recovery for a touchdown. They went for 2 and they missed that, so our score remains 6-0. So going to be a short field now as they move it inside Buccaneers territory after that 15-yard penalty. It'll be Minutemen football. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Halftime, we're going to take our 15. Get yourself some lunch. It's Sunday. Call Mom. Tell her you love her. Do whatever you need to do because we'll be away for the full half. Set your timers. We'll come back, bring you all the second half fun. Nickel Fields on the run. Looked like he might have lost his footing there. They're going to mark him back just behind the line of scrimmage. That was Quincy Thompson, his first rush. 2-year varsity player in Humboldt, Texas, had over 1,000 yards rushing, averaged 8.2 yards per rush, and 28 touchdowns in high school. His first rush here for Palmetto Prep today goes for gain of 1, they say. Now it's a pass. There is some serious holding going on that near side as Vasquez floated it up. Pass intended for Johnson, and he was held the entire way down the field, almost. Parker, the guilty party, so they say here at the stadium. Let's see if we could take another.
There is some serious holding going on that near side.
Trust me, it was holding the entire way. So Johnson, the Audrey Kell player, was held. He'll come back, line up over near us again. And it'll be first down. Let's see where they're going to mark this now. 15 yards, I believe. Yeah, 32. Buccaneers going to regroup after that penalty. We've got 2:16 left to go here in the half. It's been sloppy for Palmetto Prep, but an opportunity here now for the Minutemen to really close the half with a drive. We'll keep it here. Chris Sheeman here with you. And a whole bunch of Yellow Jackets who have... I got stung on Tuesday, so I'm kind of... If you see... Why is the broadcaster suddenly screaming like a little girl and throwing his headset down? It's because I do not want to get stung again. It has been a very hot couple of weeks here in the Midlands, and usually, I'm trying to remember, we did this 4 years ago, so my memory is a little fuzzy, but usually once we get into those late September games, they're going to have beautiful football weather. So Palmetto Prep, unfortunately, their first 3 are at home, so they're going to be doing some sweating on the field. But by the time they come back on the 3rd of October, and Phenix City will be here for that one, as I mentioned, again. Both of these teams should have much better conditions on that October 3rd rematch here at Brookland Casey. So after the penalty and the timeout, it's going to be first down and 10 for the Minutemen, 32-yard line of the Buccaneers. Second unit in, Hayden Vasquez, the quarterback. And he's going to hand it off again. That is Quincy Thompson who takes it near side. Some more talking. We'll see where they mark them. It's a minimal gain here on first down. The clock is still moving.
Gain of maybe a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 to go on the 31.
So they call it a gain of 1. What is up with the Yellow Jackets around? It's been a couple of years since I've lived in the Carolinas. I do not remember getting swarmed by Yellow Jackets this time of the year. Vasquez, 2nd and 9, looks near side. The throw is caught. It'll be short of the first down, but a 3rd down and probably 3 as Johnson makes the grab. Miles with the stop for the Buccaneers. Call it 3rd down and 4 from the 21-yard line here. The 26-yard line for the Minutemen. Inside a minute to go. Palmetto Prep has at least 2 timeouts, I believe. They might have all 3. Again, Thompson at running back. And we have another miscommunication, another fumble. And who fell on it? Looks like Vasquez got back on the ball. Everybody's pointing. And it'll be up to the officials to decide here. Yeah, I thought Vasquez got on it. He sure did. So 4th down. They've got 4th down on there. Is that right? The clock is still running, by the way. There's 4 seconds left to go in the half. And so it is 4th down, and Palmetto Prep will call timeout. So the Minutemen will try to wrap up the opening half here with a field goal. And it'll be an opportunity for Ethan Greenberg to get some points for the Minutemen and to go into the locker room and really regroup. I hate to harp on it because I mentioned it so often, but, 3rd time hopefully will be the charm. There's going to be some sloppiness here in the early going. The teams that are unfamiliar with each other. Coach Tony Labo will tell you he was concerned before last week's game about this. So they take the kicker off the field, and instead Vasquez is going to go for it. The home run ball into the end zone is deflected away, and that will end the first half. Successful one for Phenix City. They do lead at 6-0, although after 3 turnovers, maybe they're talking in the locker room about finishing some more drives and pushing the lead out a little bit further. But good news for the Buccaneers fans is they do lead 6-0. Palmetto Prep with some work to do in the locker room. Try to shore up the football and limit the turnovers, if not eliminate them altogether for the second half. We go to halftime here from Brooklyn Casey High School. It's Phenix City 6, Palmetto Prep 0. We'll be back with the second half in about 20 minutes. Welcome back to Brookland Casey High School here in Casey, South Carolina. We're just over the border from downtown Columbia, South Carolina. It's 90 degrees. It's hot. There is 0 clouds in the sky, and we are playing in a 6-0 game. The Buccaneers coming to town with the lead. Phenix City trying to go 2-0 on the year, winning 47-zip against Chilton County. That was last Sunday. Palmetto Prep trying to win their season opener. Tough task today, playing a good Phenix City team. And it's your first conference game, and it's your first game of the season. We've seen 3 turnovers as a result of that, all those factors at play. But the Minutemen will have the football here first to start off the second half. Eric Harris is back to receive for Palmetto Prep. And kicking it away for Phenix City is Slayton Graham to get us going and get this party started here in quarter number 3. Hopefully a better second half for the Minutemen, who, as I mentioned, coughed it up 3 times in that first half. On one bounce, that's going to go out of bounds. Jaquan Gibson with the alert play to let it go out. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 for Palmetto Prep. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. First of, I think, 7 games we have for you. How many? I lost count already. Yeah, 7. 3 straight here, including today's game. Then on the 5th and 12th, October 3rd, 17th, and 31st. Oh, we got a Halloween game, folks. Listen, if you're coming to the game, I'm bringing candy to the broadcast booth for all the kids. So come on up to the broadcast booth on Halloween. I might even dress up as a football player myself, unless it's still 90 degrees, and that ain't going to happen. Palmetto Prep, as I mentioned, at the 35. 2 receivers on each side, and we have a new quarterback, it looks like. Andrew Person is in at quarterback. So 3rd quarterback to play for the Minutemen today. So Andrew Person, another Pennsylvania product from Exton. The game was started by Nabanye Moore. Hayden Vasquez played most of the second quarter, and Andrew Person in now. Nice run on the near side. That's DeAndre Duhart into the game with a tough run, taking a couple hits along the way out to the 42-yard line and a gain of 8 on first down. So all the doom and gloom and the bad stuff that happened in the first half, it's only 6-0, and if you're Palmetto Prep, you have a successful opening drive in this second half, and you're right back in business in this ball game as Phenix City's offense sputtered a bit at times, had trouble capitalizing on the turnovers. One of the turnovers had Phenix City backed up to their 11. Another run by Duhart. This time he goes straight ahead past midfield, taking the pile with them into Buccaneers territory, and that'll be a Palmetto Prep first down. Let's take another look at that run here while we have a moment. Just underway in this.
City's offense sputtered a bit at times, had trouble capitalizing on the turnovers. One of the turnovers had Phenix City backed up to their 11. Another run by Duhart. This time he goes straight ahead past midfield, taking the pile.
Running backs, and I said we'd see a steady dose of the running game today, and so far that has been the case. Palmetto Prep's got a lot of 3-star running backs, and look at this on the outside now for Duhart. Made one man miss at about the line of scrimmage. Instead, gets close to the first down marker at the 39 of the Buccaneers. DeAndre Duhart, Northeast High School in Macon, Georgia. Over 2,100 yards rushing, 24 touchdowns, 3 years varsity player, averaged 8.3 yards per rush in high school. By the way, I know there's a lot of high school coaches out there. Shout out to those of you who are taking the time to input those stats on Max Preps. That's gotten more and more the case lately, and it makes my job a lot easier. Duhart, a lot of room now on the near side, and trying to jump over the defender. Takes it inside the 25-yard line, and he'll be stopped at the 23, it looks like. A lot of athleticism in Duhart's legs there, and you saw it right there on that play. Flag is down, though, and it's going against Phenix City, so it'll be declined. And Palmetto Prep looks like they might have gotten a talking to in the locker room at halftime because they are focused to start off this second half. Jaden Scott in at receiver from St. John's Island, the Charleston area. Person, and again, Duhart to his left. Two receivers on each side, Dowling and Gibson on the near side. Duhart, another run, takes it inside the 20. Gain of about 6 yards that time. DeAndre Duhart making the most of his opportunity here on this drive. And it looks like Byron Jenkins going to come out for the Buccaneers. Righteous Evans moves over to the left side. And Denez Foster, the JUCO product, in. Second down and 4 for Person and the offense. Duhart tries to go to the near side, and they were ready for him this time. Tino Linson getting in there first. Good player at Valley High School in Alabama. Averaged 4.5 tackles a game as a senior last year. Gets a tackle for loss for the Buccaneers. And it'll be third down and 9 now for the Minutemen. Palmetto Prep, back in 2017, won the EAC. There's a new conference just about every year in post-grad football. The current one is the Post-Grad Football League, and this is the first conference game, I believe, being played. And it's been a tight one, and it's been a good one so far. So Person, 3 receivers on the far side now, third down and 9. Looks far. Has some indecision, and not much happening there. So DeAndre Duhart makes the catch, but he's not going anywhere. In fact, he's going to lose a yard or two. Fourth down and 11 at the 25. You're looking at a 42-yard field goal for Ethan Greenberg, who is on the field and is coming back out. So we'll see. It's either 4-down territory or a field goal attempt, and it looks like it's going to be 4-down territory. Nickel Fields is in. Person went to the sideline to get the play in. Inside 10 minutes to go, so this drive is eating up some clock here for the Minutemen. Gibson going to the far side alongside Dowling. On the near side by his lonesome, Jaden Scott. Person flips it out, and it ain't going to work. Complete to Gibson, who gains 2. Holland was there on the stop. Correction, Gamble there on the stop. The Mobile product from St. Luke's. So Palmetto Prep's drive fizzles out. It'll be the Buccaneers' turn. First time for them on offense here in this second half. We'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, as you take another look at the Minutemen schedule. First 3 at home, couple on the road, then back at home, and looks like we got a false start as Angelo Gaskins got a little trigger happy. So Phenix City will be backed up 5 yards to the 19-yard line. 9:28 to go. Only score in the game. Bucks fumble recovery for a touchdown. That was at the 13:40 mark of the second quarter. Both teams have shown some signs offensively, but in both cases, the drives have either fizzled out, or in Palmetto Prep's case, they've turned the ball over. 2 receivers on the near side, tight end offset on the far side for Jeremy Gatoy. And he's going to hand it off to the running back, Johnson, who tried to get to the outside and takes the pile for a gain of a couple. Trying to get some of those yards lost via the penalty back. Phenix City is 1-0, but this is their first conference game as well. They're home against Columbus State next weekend. Palmetto Prep has Merchant Development Academy at 2 p.m. next Sunday. I always love doing the holiday weekend games. I'm not going to like the drive down here, I get the feeling, but I really like working holiday weekends, and it sounds a little crazy, but there's something about sports on a holiday weekend. Everybody's usually in a better mood, and the audience is usually, although we got a lot of people watching today. I don't know if we'll top it next week or not. Gatoy empty backfield now on 2nd and 13 and bounces that pass between the receivers, Wojciechowski and Bowen. Jameel Bowen is number 9. And I got a text message from his mom, who was none too happy with me. I think it was his mom. Let me double check that before I get myself in even more trouble. I don't know, mom or dad. It could be either or. But I got a text message that it's Bowen. Phenix City had the name spelled out Bowden. So I'm blaming it on them, mom or dad. 3rd down and 13, but Bowen has really put in the work today. He's had a lot of targets and a lot of receptions. He's there, the receiver on the near side closest to the tackle on this 3rd and long. The jump pass is intercepted. Hamilton with the pick for the Minutemen and got popped. A flag is down. The ball was coughed up, but he was marked down and then got popped. Let's see if we can take a look at that play again or not here. A terrific.
3rd and long. The jump pass is intercepted. Hamilton with the pick for the Minutemen and got popped. A flag is down. The ball was coughed up, but he was marked down.
Marching up the football field as they get a turnover. And for Phenix City, that's their first. Where will the spot be is the next question. Let's take a look at the replay again while they...
3rd and long. The jump pass is intercepted. Hamilton with the pick for the Minutemen and got popped. A flag is down. The ball was...
Is that half the distance, or is it 15? It's the full 15. Okay. Either way, it's at about the 14-yard line. I thought a bee was on me, and it was my cable for my headset. I told y'all I'm a little paranoid about getting stung for the second time this week. So, 1st down and a great opportunity now for Person and the offense. It's going to be another handoff here to Duhart, trying to get to the outside, making another circus play to salvage something. Got a couple of yards down to the 12-yard line as we approach the midway point here in quarter number 3. So we'll call it a 2nd and 8. This Phenix City team has been impressive. It'll be interesting to see what these two teams look like when we rematch back here in Columbia on October 3rd. I remember when Birmingham Prep came here in 2017 and thinking that we were going to see them again in the playoffs, and sure enough, we did. Duhart trying to go to the outside, and the Buccaneers are starting to read it, especially Tino Linson. He was prepared again. That's the second time Linson's been able to get DeAndre in the backfield like that, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 12 now back at the 17-yard line for the Minutemen. When we kicked off, it was 90 degrees and sunny. Not a chance of rain today. And like I said, we got a couple more games of probably some pretty good heat before it starts to get real nice. Andrew Person on 3rd and 12 now, looks to the end zone. That was well defended, intended for Gibson over on the far side, and a nice job by the defensive back, Trevon Miller. He's a local product. Several players from the Buccaneers played at Central High School, and Miller is one of those guys, 27 tackles his senior year, had 3 sacks. His senior year was back in 2018. So field goal attempt. Palmetto Prep trying to get some points on the board, and it's Ethan Greenberg for a 35-yarder. Greenberg had trouble with it, or something weird happened there, and left Eric Harris out for dead. So Harris got tackled, and miscommunication or poor footing or something happened there. And we remain at a 6-0 score. 5:48 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Palmetto Prep comes up empty again, and it's the Buccaneers' turn to try to make something happen when we come back. Back to live action, and Palmetto Prep making a nice defensive play to blow up the first play of the drive for the Buccaneers in the backfield. As the pass was caught, but it's a loss of 1. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. I was just talking to Wes Dorton, who runs this place, and this is, I would say, in my top 5 most watched games of all time. Y'all have brought it today. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. We appreciate having you. And don't forget, every Palmetto Prep home game, including the rematch, these 2 teams in October, will be here on YouTube, somewhere on YouTube, either my channel or their channel, but you'll be able to find it easy. Gatoy rolls to the near side and looking left. Pass incomplete. It was intended for Jordan Wojciechowski. Jeffrey McKelton there in coverage from Pahokee in Florida. We talked about all the big market teams, St. Thomas Aquinas and other big names in the state of Florida. How about Pahokee? Got some talent in the little areas as well. Are there any more little areas in Florida? There were when I was living there. So 3rd down and 11 now for the Buccaneers. 4:42 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. 6-0. Phenix City with the lead. Gatoy rolls to the far side. Pump fake, trying to get away. And dragging bodies out of bounds. Got away from a couple tackles there, but not able to get the first down. And really, 3rd downs today have been the shining moments for Palmetto Prep defensively. They've overall played a pretty...
32 left to go here in this third quarter, 6-0. Phenix City with the lead. Gatoy rolls to the far side, pump fake, trying to get away, and dragging bodies out of bounds.
But it's resulted in a couple sacks as well. So really good third down defense has kept Palmetto Prep in it. Offense got to do something now. Nickel Fields is going to come out to receive the punt off the foot of Slayton Graham, who almost had it blocked, did get hit. Flag comes down, and we're going to have to wait and see. This is going to be a good return by Nickel Fields as he cuts back up the middle and gets to the Buccaneers 45, but hold on. Is it a 5-yard penalty or is it a 15-yard penalty? If it's a 5-yard, we're re-kicking, and if it's 15, then Phenix City's going back on offense. Yeah, it's just a 5-yard, which is the right call. It was... I think that sometimes they're a little too quick to call those personal fouls on kicks. But that's just a simple running into the kicker. Now, Phenix City will likely re-kick this. So Nickel Fields will have to come back out. Now, wait a minute. Did they called it a personal foul? So it's a first down either way. Thank you, Wes. So scratch all I just said. It's Phenix City back on the football. After the personal foul, they have it at the 39-yard line with 3:30 left to go, and Gatoy with another chance. And we can debate about it, and I would certainly have that debate, whether that was a mistake or not, but it's another opportunity for Phenix City to put some more points on the board, and the screen pass works like a charm there as the pass complete to Johnson, who takes it all the way to Palmetto Prep's 47-yard line. So you see that time, that's a beautiful play call there. It's been a lot of penetration, mainly on third down for Palmetto Prep, but they got it there, and a good job recognizing what was happening by Gatoy. Run the simple screen, get a nice first down, and move it into Palmetto Prep territory. Looks like we have an injury on the play. John Lay is being helped off. Oh, let me correct myself. Angelo Gaskins being helped off. Good offensive lineman. Hopefully he'll come back, and it looks like he probably will. Towson in Maryland. He was a two-time Max Prex Player of the Week. Handoff here on this play goes to Bowen, who tried to cut it back up the middle, but he's going to be stopped at midfield. So I think overall we still got 2:26 left to go in this game, but the defense today for Palmetto Prep getting a solid A, as they've been able to get to the backfield on a number of occasions, mainly on third down, but you see they've been blowing up a couple of runs and really making it tough on this Phenix City Buccaneers team that scored 46 in their first game. Empty backfield now for Gatoy. And that pass is batted away. Number 52, Brandon Smiley from Riverside, Durham. 6'2", 295, got his hand up and making that stop. The clock was running a little bit, I think. Was that the signal there? We're going to get a sub here for Palmetto Prep. Javon Wynn coming in. So third down and long again for Phenix City. Not an empty backfield this time. An extra blocker in this time, and the pass is incomplete through the hands of Bryston Likely. Bryston grew up in Auburn. You almost have to. I'm from Ohio, and in Massillon, in Ohio, your boys are born with, and they're put football with a Massillon football, and they're draped in a Massillon jersey right when they're born. And I imagine that might be the case in Auburn with the Auburn Tigers colors and uniforms and stuff like that. So minute 28 left to go, and it's time to punt for the Buccaneers. Slayton Graham back to kick. Nickel Fields has done most of the returning. He's standing at his own 11. Special teams has played a role here today. An unfavorable bounce there for Phenix City and favorable for Palmetto Prep as it goes out to about the 23, which is where the Minutemen will take over. We've seen a Person at quarterback. Andrew Person came in to start the second half, third quarterback to play here today. But Nabanye Moore is back out there now. Nickel Fields in at running back as well. So Moore, who made a ridiculous play in the end zone, which looked like it was going to be a safety, instead picked the ball up after it was fumbled and threw what we thought was a touchdown, called back for a block in the back. Good run. Nickel Fields is into the secondary and past them at the 40 and runs out of real estate, but a great first down run all the way to the 40-yard line. Gain of 25, but a flag is down. The flag is over near the Phenix City bench, which leads me to believe it's not anything that would come back. And you can see the body language in the offense moving forward as well. So, did you say sideline? Some of the bench players might have been a little too close for comfort on that play, so a warning on the far side. 1:02 left to go. One of the biggest plays of the game for Palmetto Prep so far. Oh, it's not a warning. They're going to give them 15. All the way down to the Phenix City 25-yard line. Interesting. Nabanye Moore in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the near side. Nickel Fields goes out as a slot receiver on the far side. So empty backfield and a quick throw and catch. Sharon Phillips makes the play. His first catch of the game down to the 21-yard line, pickup of 4. Sharon is from Dublin, Ohio. Shout out to the Buckeye State and Kaufman High School. High school football is crazy in Ohio. So 14 seconds and counting. Moore got tripped up. He just slipped. Back in the backfield, he'll be marked out at the 27-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 12 for the Minutemen. It's been that kind of an afternoon for the offense. We'll see if Phenix City can hang on here to this 6-zip lead, or if Palmetto Prep can finally find the back of the end zone. Quarter number 4 is coming up. We'll take a break. Come back here in just a moment. Fourth quarter time here at Brookland Casey. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. Third and long for Palmetto Prep, who have been shut out so far, in part because of turnovers and in part because of Phenix City's defense on third down. They're not going to pick it up as the ball off the hands of Moore, thrown as he was hit. Catch by Scott. It's a 6-yard gain, we'll call it, down to the 21-yard line, and this is likely 4-down territory after what we saw from the kicking game on the last effort. Traquel Murray, another wide receiver, has come into the game. By the way, Sharon Phipps. Apologize to the people in Ohio. You've already run me out of that state, though, so you can't do it again. I'm already gone. Timeout, Palmetto Prep. They're going to talk things over. An important fourth and 6 or so, we'll call it, coming up here when we come back. We'll step aside real quick. Welcome back, everybody. By the way, got to give a shout-out to our camera lady today, Sydney. Sydney, just go ahead and wave to the folks. Just put your hand. There's Sydney. There she is, doing a great job on camera for us here this afternoon. We thank her. Thank everybody for watching. 4th down and 6 for Palmetto Prep here. Nabanye Moore back in at quarterback. 3 receivers on the near side and 1 on the far. The running back is Nickel Fields. Nabanye Moore heads to the end zone, and it's too high, intended for Eric Harris. And once again, Palmetto Prep comes up short. There is a flag in the end zone. There is a flag in the backfield. There is a Phenix City player down. So we have some things to sort out, but it's likely a 4th down stop for the Buccaneers offense, or defense, excuse me. We'll wait and see here. So injury timeout. We'll step aside once again, just underway here in the 4th quarter. So the penalties both against Palmetto Prep, and meanwhile, Phenix City will take over here. Trey Miles is in at quarterback. He was the one I was telling you all about to look out for. He has got all kinds of capabilities, throwing, running. He's done it all, and he's in at quarterback right now for Phenix City as they look to put their stamp on this game. First play will run Johnson straight up the middle, and a flag is thrown after an 8-yard pickup. Let's take a peek and see if we could see what happened here on the penalty. Another.
Running, he's done it all, and he's in at quarterback right now for Phenix City as they look to put their stamp on this game. First play run, Johnson straight up the middle, and a flag is thrown after an 8-yard pickup.
Figured that out, though. So, the injury timeout is short. Saul Quintrero shaken up on the play, but he's up under his own power, which is always good news. We saw a fan taken via ambulance because of the heat today. $13.50 and counting here in quarter number 4. Trey Miles in at quarterback for Phenix City. 6-0. It's been a tight one. A defensive score for the Bucks is all we've seen. A fumble recovery for a touchdown. Adriel Johnson has been the running back almost all afternoon. I don't think we've seen him subbed out. Trey Miles looking to turn on the Jets. He's going to throw it to the sidelines. Bowen's over there. He catches it. So a penalty backed up Phenix City, but they gain a good chunk of those yards back. Now what? Another hold? Yeah, looks like there was a flag back there, so this one's coming back too. Boy, Phenix City has had quite a lot of opportunities. It is Mom who texted me, Jameel Bowen's mama. Thank you for checking in and getting me together. It's about time somebody does. So, Buccaneers going in the wrong direction. And they're going to be at the 16-yard line now. All right, let's do the math. 16 to 46. 1st and 27. Is that right? I don't think that's right. 1st and 30, let's say. So Trey Miles directing traffic as he notices the blitz coming. He'll take off, now throw it. There's that athleticism. And Wojciechowski with a great grab out to the 40. So call it a gain of 25 yards. And just like that, 1st and 30 goes to 2nd and 5. And it's all the dancing around and the wheels and the athletic ability of Miles that draws the defensive's eye. And Wojciechowski, the benefactor, as he was wide open. Wojciechowski's listed as a quarterback, too. They have a lot of guys on this team that can do a number of things, and it looks like Wojciechowski is shaken up on that play, so he's being helped off the field. They gave him a better spot than I thought, out to the 42, so instead of 2nd and 5, let me correct it to 2nd and 4. Boy, the game was flowing, and this 4th quarter has really stalled. Not unexpected, considering the heat. Guys starting to cramp up a little bit. Hitchcock comes to the near side. 3 receivers on the far side for Miles in the offense for Phenix City now. Low snap. Miles no trouble trying to escape pressure, but big 97, Darius Runner gets there. Another Florida product from Riviera Beach. They call it a loss of 2 back to the 40-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 6 for the Bucks. This is a really important stop here. The Minutemen need get some momentum back, get off the field, and get the offense to work. There hasn't been much offense today for Palmetto Prep. Both teams have moved the ball, as I mentioned earlier in the game. There's been some flow at time, but no points No offensive scores for either team. Miles being hounded, floats it up, but nobody's home. Again, it's that third down pressure from Palmetto Prep. This time Trey Miles has to escape it. And another third down stop for this defense. And here comes Nickel Fields to return this kick. 10:48 left to go in the game. This is starting to look more and more like next score wins for either team. Palmetto Prep, if you're just joining us, they did score a touchdown in the first half off that ridiculous play I alluded to from Nabanye Moore when I thought he was just going to kick it out of the end zone, and instead he picked the ball up. That special teams play, special teams has been good today. Not that time, though, as Palmetto Prep gets a block. It was picked up by Freddie Towns, who got absolutely shell-shocked, but able to hang on to the football. And now Palmetto Prep will take over at the Buccaneers' 35-yard line. This is a gift for the Minutemen. They would be wise to capitalize on it here. Nabanye Moore back out there. Caden Bell McKeithen has come in at running back. And he's going to get the run, taking it straight ahead to the 30. Caden Bell McKeithen from Fayetteville. He was a 4-year varsity player at Huff High School. Over 1,700 yards, averaged just about 5 yards per carry, 31 touchdowns. And I mentioned it earlier in the game. Shout out to all the high school coaches who have taken the time. More and more coaches are adding stats to Max Preps. It helps people like me do my job. McKeithen takes it to the outside. He's got the first down and then some. He'll get inside the 20. They'll mark him at the 18-yard line. First down for the Minutemen on a nice gain there. This is the fourth running back we've seen for the Minutemen, and that will likely be the case throughout the season. There are some good running backs on this Palmetto Prep roster. A lot of depth at that position, for sure. A lot of these guys, talking to Coach Tony, a lot of these guys just not getting the offers in part because of COVID and the extra year. Pass thrown to Dowling for a score as Nabanye Moore hits him over the middle, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. Just like that. So the Minutemen, with the first offensive score in the game, are an extra point away from taking the lead. The extra point back to live action is good, and Palmetto Prep takes a 7-6 lead. 9:19 left to go in the fourth quarter. Things getting very interesting here in Columbia. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. It's Ethan Greenberg who right now has given Palmetto Prep a 1-point lead kicking off, and the return is not going to be much for Phenix City. Return on the play, I believe, was Parker for the Buccaneers. But either way, nice special teams play for the Minutemen. So 7-6 now, Palmetto Prep. Defense has not been the problem today, really for either side, but especially Palmetto Prep. So if their defense continues to do what they need to do, they certainly have the momentum right now. Trey Miles still in at quarterback for Phenix City. This kid is something special. Played at Central High School. So the Buccaneers still very much in this game. Handoff goes to Johnson, and he's going to be wrapped up. Number 47 getting there first for the Minutemen. 17, Reagan Keefe making the play, the linebacker. Trey Miles at Central High School had 348 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns, passed for 729. 9 touchdowns, no interceptions. This was his junior year. These were the only stats I could find. It's possible Central might not have played last year. Keep that in mind. Like I said in the beginning of this one, some of these guys have not seen action in a while. But he's a dual threat. Miles throws it beautiful over the middle, and it's caught by Bowen. Andre Hamilton made the tackle but got the worst of it, and he's shaken up, the defensive back from Concord, North Carolina. So he's being attended to. We will step aside for an injury timeout. 8:03 left to go in the ball game. Well, good news, Hamilton got right up. He's being attended to. Always a good sign. But a nice pass by Trey Miles to Bowen, and it will be a first down for Phenix City. 8:03 left to go. Phenix City trying to answer. They've had the lead since the 13:40 mark early on in the second quarter. Is there a flag? There could have been, well, it's only speculation from this end, but I didn't see a flag. But there was a personal foul likely called on the Buccaneers because it's first down and 10, and they're at their 19. Apologies for that, but low snap, trouble. Trey Miles picks it up with one hand, and it's incomplete, intended for Bowen on the near side. One of the few Bowen couldn't get to today. He has, I want to say 6, and I'm just kind of counting them in my own head here. No stats are official, but he has at least 6 catches today. That one was a little bit low. Credit Miles, who picked that up with one hand. Not always easy to do. So second down and 10 now. 7:36 left to go in the ball game, nearing the midway point of the fourth quarter. A couple minutes ago, Palmetto Prep getting their first offensive touchdown as Moore hit Dowling from 25 yards out. The extra point is the difference. Phenix City scored on a defensive score, went for 2, and came up a yard shy. Trey Miles turns on the Jets, dances around past the 25, gets close to the marker. It'll be a third and manageable, but Palmetto Prep does get him out of bounds about 3 yards shy. Palmetto Prep, founded in 2011 as Gray Military Academy, and the current bosses took over in 2014. Average of 32 players go on to a 4-year institution every year from Palmetto Prep. That average, by the way, would amount to 192 student athletes since 2015 alone. 192. Guys who would not have had that opportunity otherwise. Third down and short now for Phenix City. Trey Miles running the offense here in the final quarter. It's a keeper, and he's able to get around for the first down out to the 33 or 34-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. So the drive continues. 6:25 left to go here in this fourth quarter.
First down and 10 for Phoenix City.
We've seen a lot of 3-and-outs in this game, so a first down is quite the momentum builder. But yeah, almost 200 student athletes, Palmetto Prep. And that's since 2015. Wes, how many did you get in? Did you get anybody last year who was going to play last year and went on to a 4-year school?
We didn't play last year.
Yeah, there was really nothing going on last year. Trey Miles is in trouble. A sea of defenders in the backfield wrapping him up. I'm trying to see exactly who it was. I believe Tyree Morris made the stop.
No, I didn't bring the charger to the game. Unbelievable.
5:44 left to go, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout called, so we will step aside here for just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. It'll be second down and long. The defense for Palmetto Prep trying to hold on to this 1-point lead. 5:44 left to go, and this is turning into kind of a long drive that's going back and forth in either direction for Phenix City, which is not what you want right now. And Adriel Johnson is going to lose another yard here, so it's going to be third down and... Let's see, third down and 15, third down and 18 for Phenix City. By the way, we mentioned the offers and the players who have went on for Palmetto Prep. 3 guys already have offers for Palmetto Prep that I know of. There could be even more. Trey Miles now with this third and 18. Johnson stays in as a blocker. Miles dances to the far side. He's going to keep it. A flag is down in the backfield. And, man, Miles got close to the first down. Now another flag is thrown. These could be offsetting. Let's take a look at the instant replay here. I don't know if they're going to get Palmetto Prep for a late hit out of bounds or what the call will be, but that was the flag in that.
He's in as a blocker. Miles dances to the far side. He's going to keep it. A flag is down in the backfield. And, man, Miles got
To keep this drive alive, and Trey Miles, if he didn't get a first down, got real close to that marker. Likely going to be offsetting, though. That's my guess. 4:49 left to go. Again, this drive starting to eat some clock and not much movement in the right direction if you're a Buccaneers fan.
There were fouls by both teams on the previous play.
So it looks like there was a personal foul on Palmetto Prep, which is going to give Phenix City a first down, even though there were penalties on both sides. So that's the call. First down at their own 30 for Phenix City. Miles and Johnson again in the backfield. Miles gets the snap facing all kinds of pressure. Got it to Johnson. And another play in the backfield. Grayson Cadd got in there almost immediately, chasing Miles. And then the rest of the defense stepped up. I believe Andrew King was in there on the stop. Reagan Keefe has been around the football here today as well. So another second and third down that might be long here. More pressure coming. This time Miles escapes to the far side, floats it up. It's caught by Johnson. What a grab with the defender draped on him. Adriel Johnson out near midfield and a first down for Phenix City. That was a baller play there by Miles, who saw the pressure coming. And a real nice catch by Johnson, who was facing some.
Down that might be long here. More pressure coming. This time Miles escapes to the far side, floats it up. It's caught by Johnson.
Staff getting Miles in, and his wheels have really opened up the offense. Hasn't led to any points, though, and the clock is still their enemy. Inside 3 minutes to go. Handoff goes to Johnson in motion. He takes it to the near side, and he stood up after a gain of 3. Gets inside Palmetto Prep territory. Looks like they're going to give him a better spot, so we'll call it a 4-yard pickup. Both teams have at least 2 timeouts. I know a couple timeouts have been used, I think 1 on each side, so 2:20 and counting. Remember, special teams could come into play here. Slayton Graham has the ability for Phenix City. 2nd and 6 now. Empty backfield. Gatoy back in at quarterback. Throws it complete for a gain of a couple. Johnson catches another one. So, interesting. They brought in Gatoy again. And we have another stoppage with 1:50 left to go. Injury timeout. We're going to keep it here. So the drive is progressing for the Buccaneers. I think if you're the Buccaneers coaching staff, maybe you want it to go a little bit quicker. You've got it inside Palmetto Prep territory inside 2 minutes. So you're at about where you want to be if you're the Buccaneers. At the same time, you got to start to put your foot on the gas. You don't want to get into a situation where you're scrambling and having to throw heaves and those kinds of difficult plays towards the end. It looks like they're going to give everybody a water break here, so we're going to take a timeout with 1:50 left to go. Phenix City is driving. Palmetto Prep trying to hang on. We'll be back here in just a moment. Back to it. Minutemen trying to make a stand here. Trey Miles is back in at quarterback now. So they've been switching here on this drive, Gatoy and Miles, and it's Miles again. Miles facing pressure. Miles gets it away, and no flag. Was he sacked, or is it an incomplete pass? They called it an incomplete pass. Was he outside the tackle box, though? I don't think so. Who was the intended receiver? Now a flag finally comes down. Grayson Cadd getting in there. Nate Holder. A lot of guys able to get into the backfield. There's a 47 for Palmetto Prep that I don't have on my roster who's made some nice plays. Apologies for that, folks. Might have been a late jersey number change. Either way, I can't tell you about him, but he's played great. That linebacking core has shown a lot of athleticism. So the loss of down on the intentional grounding, which was finally called by the official, and the right call, has it 4th down back at the 40-yard line with 1:29 left to go. So it's 4th and 20. And it's time to pull out all of the tricks if you're Phenix City. Boy, I'm looking forward to October 3rd when these two teams do this again, because this was a battle here today. First conference game of the year. And I hope the rest of them are all like this one. Maybe a little higher scoring, but maybe a few fewer turnovers. But it's been a battle throughout. I think, Gatoy is back in. Are they moving them further back? Come on, guys. Let's get on the spot and let's get this thing going. Can you imagine how fast that they play at the Division I level, some of these teams? What these coaches would be doing if they had officials spotting the ball this slowly? I don't think there was a timeout called. I think they're trying to figure out exactly where the grounding took place. So I said 4th and 20. It might be 4th and 25 as the Zebras get together and talk about it. No weeks off for Palmetto Prep. We'll be at it again back here in Columbia on the 5th of September. A Merchant Development Academy will come to town. That'll be a nice opportunity, a non-conference game for the Minutemen to breathe a little bit and try to figure it out offensively. So it is 4th and 25. And they bring in the arm of Gatoy. Empty backfield, 5 receivers. And it looks like it's going to be a 4-man rush here for the Minutemen. Able to get some pressure, and the pass is incomplete. So the Minutemen make a defensive stand. They are 121 away from getting out of here, and I mean escaping with a victory here this afternoon. I believe that Phenix City has used at least one timeout. We don't have those timeout markers on the scoreboard, so I can't tell you for sure. But I believe they've used at least one. So they have maybe only 2. We're going to find out. I can tell you that much because they're going to have to use them right away here. But I think if they have only 2 timeouts, it might not be enough. Palmetto Prep might not need a first down. We'll see. Vasquez is back in at quarterback, hands it off to Thompson, and Thompson is wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 3. So the first time out is used by Phenix City And that'll stop the clock at 1:14. We were talking a little bit about Palmetto Prep and their success rate getting kids into four-year programs. How about 2019? 40 out of 44 players offered. 2019 was a very good year on the field. They went 8-1, which was the last time Palmetto Prep played. Palmetto Prep in that year outscored their opponents 272 to 94. And as I mentioned, about a 97% graduation or rate of going to four-year schools. It's not always about Division I either. There's a lot of really fun, really good football at the D2, D3 level. NAIA, I've had my personal opinions with the NAIA in the past. I'm not especially a fan of theirs, but I will say this. There are some really well-run athletic departments in the NAIA, and if you find one of those, you're going to have a great career there. Second down and long now, 1:14 left to go, and it's a pass play for Vasquez who goes deep. Interesting play call here. Intended for Johnson. So the pass play. Minutemen staying aggressive here, trying to win their first conference game of the season. 1:07 left to go. The downside is pass incomplete. Man, you only run 8 seconds off the clock. I believe that's Nickel Fields at running back now. Nope, correction, it's Thompson. It's a keeper now for Vasquez. Stay in bounds. He does. So we go inside a minute, and I believe they're going to use another timeout, which should be, don't quote me on this, but should be Phenix City's last timeout. Special teams has done the job pretty well today for Palmetto Prep, so I would expect to see Greenberg with a little pooch kick or something like that to try to pin Phenix City back. We've got 56 seconds left to go. We'll take a timeout, come back here in just a moment. While we wait for this fourth down play, allow me to do some shameless self-promoting and talk about the highlight videos. Those of you needing film can help you out with that. It says 150, but it's actually 100 if you have clips already. You just need like the circle so you can be identified. Palmetto Prep going for it on fourth down, and the pass is incomplete. Boy, I don't know. I'm all for being aggressive, and I think that's how you win championships. But in this case, just pooch it. Just pooch that thing 20 yards, 10 yards, something. You've given Phenix City 49 seconds. Now, they've had some trouble, especially on that last drive. They ate a lot of clock on the last drive. So getting downfield quickly has not been a high point today for Phenix City, but they've got some playmakers, and I don't know. I'm kicking it. I'm pooching it, and if it goes in the end zone, fine. But like I said, aggressive people win championships. Palmetto's got a lot of them too. So here we go. Who's the quarterback going to be? Gatoy is in. We've seen Trey Miles here and there. Gatoy, for the most part, in these last couple of drives. 49 seconds, and if they have any timeouts, they've got one, and that's it. Remember, the clock will stop with the first down. It's post-grad, but they do play NCAA rules. Gatoy facing some pressure. Just got to get rid of it, and that was incomplete. Man, I was excited to see the Phenix City offensive line today. We've talked about St. Ville, who played at St. Thomas Aquinas. They got a lot of talent on that offensive line, but Palmetto Prep, credit them. They have played up front defensively about as well as you can. Really close to perfection. There is no football coach in America who will ever give anybody a perfect score on anything, but I'm doing it for them. Really, really nice job by the defensive line and linebackers here today, making it difficult. Here we go again. Gatoy's got to run for his life, and he's not going to get past him this time. Andrew King and company. So obviously I was right, and Phenix City only 2 timeouts because the clock continuing to move with 20 seconds left to go. So they're going to try to get on the ball and stop it. It'll be 4th down, so this is it. Last play of the game, and you're looking at Hail Marys and laterals, and if you're Palmetto Prep, all you got to do is back up, play smart, and you're going to start the season 1-0. And it certainly did not look like that might be a possibility at the half. Palmetto Prep has played a much cleaner game here in this second half. Credit them. For Phenix City, they've played well here today, too. Both of these teams fought hard. If you're Phenix City on that 5-hour bus ride back to the Alabama-Georgia border, you're probably going to think about some missed opportunities off those 3 turnovers in the first half to really put some more points on the field, on the board, excuse me, and take care of your business. But you can expect to see these 2 teams come out very hungry when they rematch back here in Columbia on October 3rd, and I'm looking forward to that one. I'm circling that one on my calendar. So 10 seconds, it's 4th down, and let's just say it's 4th down and 78, because that's how far Phenix City needs to go here on this drive. The Buccaneers coming off that great win. Another tough game next week against Columbus State. Not over yet, though, folks. So it's Miles in at quarterback. Pass is caught, completed. And the player's going to be down short of the first down. It was caught by Hepburn, but that will do it. The clock hits 0, and the Minutemen survive. They go to 1-0 on the year, winning today 7-6. An extra point is your difference here this afternoon. So Palmetto Prep will be in action once again next weekend. We go out of conference, and Merchant Development Academy comes to Columbia. We'll have that one for you. Labor Day weekend Sunday on YouTube at 2 p.m. And I hope you'll come back. Thanks for watching, everybody. My thanks to you. We'll talk to you again next week, folks. Once again, your final score, Palmetto Prep 7, Phenix City 6. My name's Chris Sheeman. Enjoy your week. We'll talk